Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN News for today, Tuesday, October 13th, 2020. I'm Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Grenada will lose 3 major international flights this month. Over 20 people forced into quarantine as a result of COVID-19 patient. And breaking COVID-19 regulations could cost violators $10,000. In sports, Kolkata Knight Riders issue an official statement regarding spinner Sunil Narayan's action in IPL. And in Around the Globe, 3 men shot at Leslie Land in St. Lucia. We'll have the details after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening to our viewers and listeners on K105. This is GBN News at 7. Grenada has suffered a setback in its attempt to get the economy ticking again. The tourism-dependent economy will lose 3 major international flights this month. British Airways announced the cancellation of 3 flights because the Maurice Bishop International Airport has temporarily lost its Category 9 safety certification. Chrislina John provides details in this dispatch.
The absence of firefighting foam has resulted in a downgrade of the safety certification at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. GBN understands that the previous supply had expired and that a shipment has been on order, but these did not arrive on schedule because of the disruption of flights due to COVID-19. The authority has provided October 22nd as the projected date of arrival, after which the certification should be restored. GBN understands that because of the size of the aircraft used by British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, airports must have a Category 9 certification to facilitate their flights. The absence of the firefighting foam has resulted in the MBIA being downgraded to Category 7. Because of this, British Airways was forced to cancel 3 flights, which were destined for Grenada in the month of October. Tourism Minister Clarice Modeste-Kerwin addressed the subject during today's ministerial brief.
That happened very recently, that British Airways was all booked to come, had a pretty good load, and then based on the size of the plane, you have to have certain materials so that if there's a fire, in case of a fire, you have to have enough foam to hold the fire and dry chemicals, which they call aggregates. The airport had some of that in storage, and when they tested it recently, they realized that it was not satisfactory. Maybe in storage it had deteriorated to some extent and could not be used, and so they had to inform British Airways. So there has been a downgrading, but the downgrading is Airport did it themselves, recognizing that they didn't have all of the substance with which to out any unforeseen fire or so. Then they thought it best to postpone the coming of the flights for the next 2 flights.
An official tells GBN that the firefighting foam should arrive in Grenada by October 22nd. When the agency responsible for certification reviews Grenada's safety protocols, MBIA should be back up to Category 9. Once this is achieved, British Airways and Virgin should be back on schedule. GBN has been told that JetBlue and other flights emanating from the United States are not being impacted because of the size of their aircraft. Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
If you don't have $10,000, you should not try to break the COVID-19 regulations. The authorities are making it clear that they are stepping up in enforcement of the regulations because some people have just been flouting the laws.
You may just find yourself being ticketed for simply not wearing a mask in public. Police officers are now deployed and mandated to conduct traffic stops, ensuring that people adhere to the new public health regulations. Superintendent Vanny Cohen spoke on the issue during a press brief on Monday.
There are many in our midst who have still refused to wear masks or face covering in public, forcing law enforcement to issue several fixed penalty tickets for non-compliance in the days since our last briefing. It's regrettable we had to do that, but you understand the consequences now of not doing that based on what Dr. Charles has just announced. In fact, only this morning, our commissioner have convened a meeting with senior commanders and mandated stricter enforcement of the protocols, especially for non-compliance for the wearing of masks. Therefore, we will continue to intensify our enforcement obligations, and we will step up ticketing for non-wearing of masks in public, since we have been very tolerant for us.
The Community Relations Department head also explained what is likely when quarantine regulations are violated.
Which is another piece of legislation enacted to give parallel effect to the management of the COVID-19 virus, which is the quarantine COVID-19 regulations. This regulation speaks to the need for accurate information, testing, quarantine, and/or isolation. Non-compliance of these provisions is an infringement under the regulation and carries a fine not exceeding $10,000.
A male individual is now being questioned on security breach at one quarantine site. The individual is said to have suffered a broken limb while attempting to escape security.
From that, there was an incident where an individual breached one of our quarantine accommodation in an attempt to meet someone. That individual, in attempting to escape from the facility when a search was being conducted, sustained injuries as a result. That matter, is under our review.
In addition, Superintendent Cohen mentioned 3 other violations of the Quarantine Act that are currently under investigation. The officer promised that after a full investigation, if charges ought to be filed, they will hasten to do so, since persons' lives were put at risk. Christina John, GBN News.
And still with law enforcement, but unrelated to COVID, lawmen say they are concerned about an increase in auto theft. Several persons have suffered the grief of turning away from their vehicles for less than 5 minutes, only to realize that they have been stolen. Rena Perry picks up this story.
For the year 2020, the Royal Grenada Police Force has recorded about 25 stolen vehicles, which is now a great concern, not only to the traffic department, but also to vehicle owners in Grenada. According to officials of the RGPF, most of the vehicles have been found as they were abandoned in various villages around the island. Owners are now worried about this trending criminal act, as in some of the cases, the vehicles were locked when they were stolen. Kieran Thomas of Happy Hill says on Sunday he went to meet friends at a popular beach. Not 5 minutes after he locked his car, he turned back and it was gone.
I didn't see my car, so I was like, where my car go? So I ended up calling my partner one time and said, yo, somebody stole my car. And he was like, nah man, you don't reach on the beach yet and your car gone already, not even 5 minutes. You understand? So they came up one time, they checked me, and we ended up rushing out to go and get the car, to go and track it down. It have two ladies that was there, that was driving in to come in the same function, and they said, well look, your car just going out there, a bus escorting your car, go outside. So I was like, well, that's my car, them guys thief my car and they go with it. You understand? And I was like, I don't know, I just got speechless.
Thomas says that he immediately reported the matter to the police and started his own search for his vehicle. He was able to find it with the help of the public.
When we was driving up, we ended up speaking to people on the side of the road, asking them, because my car is a known car. Everybody know graphics car. White rims and everything on it, so everybody know it. Right? So some fella said, yeah, well, the car just passed about 2 minutes ago, so I'll go up and see if I'll block them. So the police, together with me and my partners, end up tracking it down, and we got the car back up.
Inspector Randall Batiste in the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force said to date, no one has been arrested for any of the incident, but says investigations are still ongoing. He advises vehicle owners to put new safety measures in place to secure their vehicles.
People might now have to get to that point where they will have to buy steering wheel locks on the vehicle, so the steering will not be able to move. They can also use immobilizing device on the vehicle to clamp one of the wheels on the vehicle, because now we have, as the perpetrators and so forth come with different ways of taking vehicles, so too owners have to come up with ways to counterattack the style and the practice.
Persons who are guilty of this act can be fined $1,000 or spend 9 months in jail, or both. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
We take a break, but still ahead. Fort Duty residents say they are not blocking access, they are controlling the flow. And in St. Andrews, a happy ending in sight for a struggling mother. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
Hey, what? I just came from the land and this sign here caught my eye. What's that sign about?
Someone must have asked Grenlec to move a pole. But you know, there's no space reserved on the side of the road for planting poles. So Grenlec has to get permission from landowners, and that can take a lot of time.
Oh, Grenlec asked me to help them contact my neighbor Ben about planting a pole on his land. But Ben passed away. His children own the land, but they all live abroad.
That's why Grenlec needs customers to inform them in writing at least 3 months in advance.
3 months? All that?
It seems like a lot, but think about the time it will take for Grenlec to find and get permission from all of Ben's children. And sometimes moving one pole requires you to move the pole before, the one after, plus the wires that support them on the ground. That means even more landowners to find and get permission from. Then Grenlec needs to schedule their teams and notify customers about any power outages.
Well, I need the pole on the farm moved, so I'm going to write Grenlec a letter now.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Hey, did you know Waggity Bingo is now online?
Yes!
And did you also know you can win up to $10,000?
Yes!
So, have you tried it yet?
Yes!
Hey!
Sunday, October 18th.
Get ready for the 8th edition of Waggity's Virtual Bingo!
Lots of people are enjoying the fun and excitement.
And this time, you can win
$10,000 US.
Tickets are only $10 US or 27 EC. Available from GoToFed.com or numerous box offices island-wide. Still having problems signing up? Then visit the main office at Bruce Street or call 440-4646. Remember, Sunday, October 18th.
The games are virtual, but the cash is real.
Waggity Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Arise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Bruv.
Hello? I can't see you.
What's good?
But I can't even hear you.
Yo.
Hello? Hello? Ah.
Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in.
Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
Leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Recently, citizens trying to access a blowhole in Fort Judy were met with security and a barricade at the entrance of the Fort Judy Road. As a means of providing clarity on the situation surrounding the denied access to the area, Vice President of the Fort Judy Residents Association, Christopher Diali, appeared on GBN's Beyond the Headlines on Monday. Diali says all lands, including the roads in Fort Judy, are privately owned, and as a result, the landowners can dictate what can and can't be done in those specific areas.
In Fort Judy, as you may know, all the lands in Fort Judy are privately owned,
including the roads. The roads are also private. So what happens in Fort Judy, traditionally and historically in Fort Judy, over the years, it would appear that John public believed that the Fort Judy lands in the Point area in particular probably were public lands and lands that you could have just frequented and do what you wanted. And, we have had a lot of incidences with private people doing a lot of stuff in Fort Judy. That being said, what is important to note is that all the lands in Fort Judy, especially down in the Point, are now privately owned. And as a result, people, when you own private land, people have a right to how things are conducted on their land and what is done and what is not done.
The vice president said a number of issues led to the residents' decisions to impose restrictions.
Recent months, because of a particular attraction site in Fort Judy, we have seen a development of, and as I said earlier on, disrespect or lack of respect for private ownership and what happens in those areas. So you will have a lot of space and in the Point where people would park indiscriminately, would litter profusely in the area, would hurt, would send very insulting language, and most of all on our weekends would play very loud music and disturb the peace and quiet, especially on our weekends when people like to relax. This situation I've even gotten bad to the point where people would block the private entrances of residents and could not access their property, sometimes for quite extended periods.
He says the introduction of security at the entrance is nothing new.
Introducing security at the gate is something that we always do in Fort Judy. We normally would introduce security at various times in the year when we think that it's important to do that. So this is not the first time we have introduced security. It's just in this time we restricted access down to the Point so that people got upset because they came with preconceived notions about going down there and having a good time.
Diali asked locals to respect the rights and properties of the residents. There's a heart filled with gratitude tonight. It's the grateful heart of Davina Lewis of Pearl St. Andrew. Her story of struggle and fear was aired by GBN 3 weeks ago and moved Grenadians to home and abroad into positive action. Rena Perry continues to follow her progress and brings us this update.
You could feel the change of tone in Davina Lewis's voice as she reflects on how her life has been transformed during the last 3 weeks. When GBN first visited her in September, she was interviewed in front of her dilapidated house.
So I want to thank everybody who come out and help me. Thank you very much for so far helped me. The house, whoever helping me with the house, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
She harbored a spirit of fear that the Child Protection Authority may remove her children because of her living conditions and unemployed status. Her fears are being converted into hope as people continue to show their love and support. Many sent cash and made donations of groceries, clothing, and other household supplies. Davina is now on her way to getting a new house. The Grenada Empowerment Movement, led by Earl Maitland, has been leading the construction.
Here we want to invite the general public. We know that many persons they have expressed interest in coming forward to assist. So we are asking persons, come and join us here on Saturday at 7 o'clock if you can provide refreshments or whatever it is, or if you would like to go get material, you could always get in contact with me. You can make the payment, as some persons have done, make the payments at the material stores. Just call on me, ask me what we need. We'll tell you, make the payment, and we get someone to pick it up. Most easily would be a payment at Ramdani, which is in Grenville, but we're going forward with the project.
Davina has been very responsible with the way she has handled contributions and donations made by members of the public, some of whom are based overseas.
Well, when them people send money to me, they tell me what to do with the money. They tell me to buy stuff for them children, little slippers, food stuff. So I buy it for them children. Well, my intention is when for Divan to go to school, and when those people finish build the house, I have to pay for light bill and thing. So that's what I really banged the money about.
She's still in search of a job, and there are hopes that this would materialize soon.
When we finished with Davina's house, we're going to try to get her a job so she would be able to maintain the house, she will be able to maintain the children and get that opportunity that she did not have.
Construction continues this Saturday, and members of the public have been urged to lend a hand to help the mother of 3 realize the dream of moving into a comfortable place of abode. For GBN News, this is Odette Campbell reporting.
The Grenada Broadcasting Network continues to break barriers and go beyond the regular duty of present information and entertainment to the public. The network has launched another initiative to connect people across the island and create a greater sense of community. Its latest initiative has been taglined Market Vibes.
Okay, this year it's tanka bean.
Yeah.
You put it in cake and so.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you have?
Grind cinnamon.
Yes, you are growing the cinnamon. What's this small seeds here? This year is pimento.
Yeah.
Market Vibes, the newest initiative by the GBN in collaboration with Just Cool Photos, seeks to bring the raw and uncut Saturday morning experience to viewers and listeners. Saturday's first episode featured the vendors at the Grenville Market, looking at their produce while engaging in dialogue about their trade. GBN's Sales and Marketing Officer, Janelle MacDonald, says the program aims to connect people and showcase Grenada's diversity as experienced in social settings, including the marketplaces.
It was an initiative born of the need to connect our audiences with our vendors. Our markets have always been a melting pot. And we've heard from the vendors, they feel a bit cut off sometimes, they're not getting the support as they normally would. So in a partnership with Just School Photos, they're extending right now to Just School Media, we thought it was going to be interesting to showcase what is in the market, and we've been finding some interesting fruits. The fruits that you love, that you probably grew up with, your grandparents grew up with, but you don't see them every day, and we find that they are available in the market, so we thought it was a good idea to bring the market to our viewers locally and the Grenadians in the diaspora who probably haven't seen some of these fruits and vegetables for quite a while.
MacDonald explains how the format of the program adds richness to the experience.
The program is going to be raw and unfiltered. It's going to be the unique Grenadian experience. What you get when you walk into the market, that is what the experience is going to be like. It's not going to be something that is produced and edited down for viewership. It's going to give you the real Grenadian experience. So as you walk in, you're going to see the water-nut man is going to hail you up. You're going to get your water-nut. That is what we bring into you. Real, authentic, unedited, raw market vibes. And we've also found that there are a lot of interesting things happening in Grenada. So yes, we're starting with the market vibe, but the plan is to expand. There's sports and children in training and lots of things happening across Grenada on a Saturday morning. So once it's interesting, our cameras will be capturing that.
Market Vibes will air on GBN every Saturday morning at 10 via its Facebook page, with a repeat on GBN television on Monday night at 8. Joseph McKee-Smith, GBN News.
The cameras have been rolling and someone has been clicking away. Tonight, we get a Sugar Apple's perspective.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's eyesore comes from someone who loves the fruit passionately. She was intrigued by her latest harvest. She found the spikes on these a little weird and decided to share her finding. As you may notice, the spikes are not as compact as is common to the sugar apple. So we picked photos of these so that you could compare and get an appreciation for ISO reporters' intrigue. Notice the difference? And while we're at it, we found out that in Taiwan, sugar apple is referred to as custard apple. In some Caribbean islands, they're labeled as sweet sop. Really sweet indeed. Remember, you can send your submissions to the GBN ISO social media platforms or WhatsApp 405-8032. Thanks for sharing.
Stay with us. Still ahead, accolades for T.A. Marichaud College students. We'll be right back.
Showtime shop at Quartz. We got all the things you want. So many ways to shop. You can pick up curbside. It's showtime shop at Quartz. All the appliances, electronics, and furniture you like. Showtime. Showtime. We got it. Just what you need. Yeah, Quartz got it.
The Franklins are returning from their dream vacation, but they soon discover that their world has changed.
They want to test Papa for COVID-19. Why they don't test all them damn people that are flying on the plane with the woman they call in Patient Zero?
Heritage Theatre presents Patient Zero, a full-length play written by Chris DeRiggs, directed by Neela Etienne. Patient Zero, a story about a family and a nation under the grips of COVID-19.
Madness! Pure madness!
He got the whole world in his hands. We got the whole world in his hands.
I mean, your father has just been carried away on a stretcher, and all you can say is you're locked up and you're frustrated?
What do you want me to say? I'm locked up, I'm frustrated.
Patient Zero at the Grenada Trade Center.
They ain't even allowing 2 Dashing to come from St. Vincent. All they're talking about is curfew, curfew, curfew.
Social distancing and other safety protocols will be in place.
Real Value IGA Supermarket, serving our community. Think Real Value IGA Supermarket today. Real Value IGA Supermarket keeps the savings flowing when you use your Real Value IGA Supermarket frequent shopper card.
Excuse me, ma'am, do you have a shopper's card? Sure.
Real Value IGA Supermarket, where good food begins.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the best fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. The Grenada Red Cross Society and other agencies would like you to take stock of the impact of potential disasters on your life. They are calling attention to the risk that earthquakes and other disasters pose to human life and people's livelihood. Details in this report.
Experts said heat waves and droughts will pose the greatest threat in the next decade as temperatures continue to rise due to heat-trapping gases. The United Nations report coincides with the observance of International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. This year's theme relates to strengthening disaster risk governance at the state level. The president of the Grenada Red Cross Society, Samantha Dixon, says local agencies are cognizant of the need to continually sharpen response mechanisms.
What that means is that having frameworks and policies in place to guide the work that we do, enabling us to be accountable to the beneficiaries, the donors, and doing things together in a comprehensive way to meet the needs and to keep people safe at all times. We need to give some emphasis and some attention to actual disaster management laws and legislations and policies, because we can only do so much with activities on the ground, for example, but if we are not governed by the frameworks and policies and let's say laws at the national level, then we kind of like just doing activities without any, as we would say, legal tooth, as we normally say in layman language.
This year's observance comes in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic as well as the Atlantic hurricane season, both of which require disaster management and response initiatives. The Red Cross Society is considered a lead partner in disaster management.
We engage in a methodology called CEA, Community Engagement and Accountability. So it's one thing for the Red Cross, let's say, to have a policy or to have a program, but if we do not have persons in the community engaged, then it's like spitting top in mud, as we say. But so being on the ground, and the Red Cross is known to be on ground, on foot, we try to work with families to have their family disaster plans in order, and it's not just about hurricanes, like I said before. So each family must sit down, think about all the things that can put them at risk.
China and the United States recorded the highest number of disaster events from 2000 to 2019. 8 of the top 10 countries are in Asia. Some 7,348 major disaster events were recorded globally. These claimed over 1 million lives. They affected 4.2 billion people and caused $2.97 trillion in economic losses during the 2-decade period. For GBN News, I'm Odette Campbell reporting.
Recognizing academic excellence, the T.A. Marisho Community College held its award ceremony. The ceremony took place at the Armstrong Building in Tantine on Tuesday. Students attained a grade point average of 4.0, 3.99 and 3.8. Details in this report.
These are the faces of some of the 2020 top performers at the TAMCC. Imagine losing your dad just when you're about to complete your studies. That was the fate of the overall top performer at the TAMCC, Christian Menej Chow Chung. He was awarded top performer in the School of Arts, Science and Professional Studies and top natural science student. Menes says despite this and other challenges, he is proud of his success.
It was definitely hard because in my last year of secondary school, my father passed away, so I really only had my mother to guide me along the way. I know I put in the work, and to see it come to fruition is an amazing thing. I'm very proud, and I must thank God, my mother, my entire family, and all of my friends, especially Wazim. We set that goal from day one in college, and I'm really happy to say that we completed it.
Wazim Paisadi is another success story. He attained a grade point average of 4.0. He received 3 awards for Best Overall Academic Performance, Best Academic Performance in the Science Department, and Best Performance in Natural Sciences. His pursuit continues.
I plan to take a gap year from university, and thereafter, the following year, I plan to go study mechanical engineering and hopefully specialize in the area of automotive engineering.
Sasha Newton, Best Performer in Information Technology and Top Performer in School of Applied Arts and Sciences, earned herself 2 awards. She had a grade point average of 3.99. This is her advice to aspiring students.
Actually, like me, I'm talking to the IT people now, who wants to go into SAAT. I'd say just keep your head on your shoulders. It could get really tough at times, but it's never to the point where you cannot do it. Once you put your mind to it, you will get it done. I also want to stress that taking breaks is really important. Sometimes, you have work to do, but just take a little break.
2020 valedictorian, top performer in law, excellence in history, and top performer in social sciences went to Karina Blash. A word to the wise is sufficient.
So I would encourage everyone, whoever is about to start TAMCC, or if you're going through TAMCC right now, I urge you to keep your goal in mind. Know what you want to achieve and work towards that. I'm not saying that you always have to beat your books, but you need to balance your social life and your academic life. I also encourage you to make friends who would encourage you and help you along the way.
Christelina John, GBN News.
Stay with us. Your local weather and sports are up next.
At Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
Did you know Waggy Bingo is now online?
Yes!
And did you also know you can win up to $10,000?
Yes!
So, have you tried it yet?
Yes!
Hey!
Sunday, October 18th.
Get ready for the 8th edition of Waggy Virtual Bingo!
Lots of people are enjoying the fun and excitement.
And this time, you can win
$10,000 US.
To Tickets are only $10 US or 27 EC. Available from GoToFed.com or numerous box offices island-wide. Still having problems signing up? Then visit the main office at Bruce Street or call 440-4646. Remember, Sunday, October 18th.
The games are virtual, but the cash is real.
Waggity Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
With just about 6 weeks left in the Atlantic hurricane season, GBN continues to monitor the weather at home and in the region. We now join Sigani Mohammed at our sister station TV6 for a regional outlook.
You know, today was a wickedly wet day. It didn't start off that way at first, but it changed quickly. So this evening's update, get this, lightning can strike whenever there is a thunderstorm, and the temperature of a lightning flash can be 5 times hotter than the sun. And that's because lightning tends to hit the tallest objects, and trees are likely targets because they're so ridiculously tall, right? Now, they're especially prone to lightning strikes because electricity seeks the path of least resistance, and the sap and moisture inside of a tree makes it a better conductor than the surrounding air. So you would have seen this video going viral on social media this afternoon, and this is because the tree's branches, well, they were quickly on fire because lightning hit it or struck it. And as soon as the lightning strikes the tree, well, water in its cells, it begins to boil, believe it or not, and it causes steam to form. The expanding steam can explode, cracking the bark and even stripping it completely off the tree, and that happens a little later on in the video. Now, if the lightning strikes deep within the tree, the whole thing could just blow up, and it all depends on the amount of water in the tree and where it's located. So if your tree is struck by lightning, it may survive the hit, yes, but the most important thing, other than protecting your tree, of course, from a lightning strike, it's crucial to protect yourself first. So how do you do that? Well, there are 3 things that we use when it comes to the weather and lightning activity, and it's simply this: if your hair is standing on end, then you are definitely in danger. So a quick tip, what do? You stop, you plant your feet close together, and you crunch down on the ground. And when that happens, well, you're going to be waiting literally for a lightning strike. So you want to be mindful of that when that happens. Now, you don't ever want to be the tallest thing in the area, so shelter under a shorter tree or in a forested area, not under the tallest tree, because again, if that lightning strike gets in there and it blows up and you're close to it, well, guess what? You're gone, pretty much. All right, so wait it out. This is your last tip. We have a 30-minute rule, simply this: you just got to wait that long until the last flash of lightning or the last peal of thunder. 30 minutes, it's very simple, very easy, and most importantly, stay inside. What are you doing outside in a lightning storm or a thunderstorm to begin with, right? So with that in mind, don't go bathing in the rain, as my producer is saying right now, especially when there is lightning. And why am I telling you this? Because tomorrow we're in for some weather, but let's see what's happening tonight. We continue to see some cloudiness. Yeah, that's still around, but notice it's beginning to settle down significantly. Our temperatures are dropping as well, so it's not too bad outside at this time. and it will be quite cooler. Still expecting 1 or 2 overnight showers in the mix here, and those lows dipping to the mid-20s, 23 degrees Celsius, however, if you are in Trinidad. Into tomorrow's outlook we go, and don't forget, between sunrise and sunset in the Atlantic, we are still monitoring a massive tropical wave. At this time, it's an elongated area of low pressure, and the Trinidad and Tobago Met Service, as well as the National Hurricane Center, they're keeping their eye on this system. It's not that far away. It is actually just under 400 miles east of the windwards, and we'll be talking about this system a little bit more, called Invest 93L, in our regional forecast, so you want to stay tuned for that. We'll give you all the details as to what's happening with this area. What you need to know is that whether it develops or not tomorrow, we're still in for some wet weather. So tomorrow's sunrise is going to be pretty amazing. Yes, you'll notice it's quite sunny outside, and many of you will think, what is Sigoni talking about? What rain are we going to get? Well, that kicks in later in the afternoon. Look out for that increasingly cloudy spell of weather. Showers and isolated thunderstorms pick up in the afternoon period into overnight, and that's when that tropical wave moves over the island. So pay attention. Have the umbrellas on hand. Look out for the gusty winds and the possibility of street flooding, and the temperatures. It's going to be wickedly warm. Highs getting up to 32 degrees in Tobago, a whopping 33 degrees Celsius high in Trinidad. That's a wrap on your forecast. James, I hope you have your umbrella into tomorrow's forecast. What do you have for us?
Well, I have...
The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a low chance of isolated thunder. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius, wind east to northeasterly to east to southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters, and tides high at 1:30 a.m. and low at 6 a.m. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate isolated showers. On Thursday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with light to moderate showers and isolated thunder showers. And on Friday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with brief, isolated daytime showers.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No package too big, too small. Cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787, or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Good evening, sporting fans. We now head over to TV6 for sports with James Saunders.
TikTok, the countdown is on as it's less than 24 hours before history could be written. As all eyes on Justice Carol Gobin and the TNT High Court, who will deliver their ruling on who has the right to run the TTFA. Gobin is expected to deliver her judgment no later than 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. It's likely to be a landmark ruling which could affect how football is governed globally. The local football administrative body and FIFA have been embroiled in a bitter and divisive battle for control, and that's taken place over the past few months. All eyes on the court. Well, over in the IPL, all eyes are on the Kolkata Knight Riders, who are sweating over the availability of TNT spinner Sunil Narine, who continued to be playing or his decision to continue playing in the Premier League. Well, the finger spinner had been called for suspect bowling action over the weekend against the Kings 11 Punjab, and he was placed on a warning list. If he is called again, he would likely be suspended from bowling further in the tournament until he's cleared. Narayan's team KKR had issued an official statement on the matter after the mystery spinner did not play against the challengers Royal Bangalore. They stated that they were working closely with the IPL Governing Council to resolve the issue. Well, they argued that Narayan has played over 115 games in the IPL since 2012, and he was subsequently cleared completely by an ICC-accredited facility. His warning, therefore, comes as a shock to the club. The release went on to state that the KKR will be respectful of the process that the IPL has put in place to have his action reviewed. They are hoping that there would be an appropriate resolution quickly. Furthermore, he was playing his 6th game this season with no concerns expressed formally or informally by match officials so far. Well, the bad news continued for KKR today in the absence of Narayan, and they were taken down by the Royal Challengers Bangalore by a massive 82 runs. Well, RCB batting first built their innings on the back of Aaron Finch, who made 47, and Devdutt Padikkal, who struck 32. Andrew Russell, that man in your picture, was among the wickets as he clean bowled Padikkal. Oh, what a bowl that was. Well, A.B. de Villiers hit 73 on the back end of the innings as RCB posted 194 for 2 of 20 overs. In reply, well, Andre Russell, the big guy, he struck a few big blows, but he eventually got out for 16 in a big chase. And KKR, well, as you're seeing right now, they crumbled to 112 for 9 before the overs ran out. Shubman Gill, he was the top scorer with 34. Another very good batting display from them.
Now for the probe around the globe. 3 men were shot at Waterworks Road, Castries, on the afternoon of Monday, October 12, 2020. The incident occurred around 3 p.m. We get details in this report.
All right, we're here on Waterworks Road in the Leslie-Dan area. News reaching the NBC News desk indicates that up to 3 people may have been injured in a shooting that took place right here earlier this afternoon. The conditions of these shooting victims are not known right now, but according to some residents who are unwilling to appear on camera, NBC Prime understands these victims may be in critical condition. At news time tonight, police officials were yet to formally ID Monday's shooting victims. A section of the Leslie-Dan community in the inner city, now a crime scene, and was cordoned off by police. Leslie-Dan residents disclosed to NBC Prime several people were reportedly injured during the daylight shooting. One of the victims, NBC Prime understands, was rushed to hospital via private transport. Commuters say the shooting occurred between 2 and 3 p.m., the peak time when hundreds of students attending the Entrepot and St. Joseph Convent secondary schools would be making their way home along Waterworks Road and through Leslie-Dan. Crime scene investigators descended on the residential community not long after the victims were rushed to hospital. An investigation into the brazen Leslie-Dan gun attack has been launched. Reporting from Leslie-Dan Castries, Brihanna Isidore.
Still in St. Lucia, police launch a manhunt for a murder suspect. The murder victim's wife is hospitalized in critical condition. Law enforcement has identified a suspect.
Police descended on the residence of Renato Venturi at Belmar Lane in Montfortune on the evening of Saturday, 10th October. There they would make the grisly discovery of the famed restaurateur's body. He had been murdered. Superintendent of Police for Crime Management, George Nicholas, says law enforcement officers have identified a suspect.
Upon arrival, they discovered the motionless body of a 70-year-old Renato Ventura with an apparent injury to the head. He was pronounced dead on the scene by a medical practitioner. His wife also sustained injuries from a known assailant.
Some surmise that a robbery may have been a motive for the heinous slaying, but according to Nicholas, the police are not jumping to conclusions by labeling the attack that claimed Venturi's life and left his wife in critical condition a burglary gone awry.
Based on the information we have, we cannot classify it as a burglary. What we can say is that the suspect is known to the victims.
Speculation was rife that the suspect, who is still at large in the Venturi homicide, was no stranger to authorities, and this was not his first brush with the law. Cheryl Venturi, the wife of Renato Venturi, lived to tell the tale of her attack and pointed law enforcement to the alleged assailant and murderer. Now law enforcement is moving with haste in hot pursuit of the known suspect. A post-mortem on Renato Venturi was scheduled for 11 a.m. Monday. Tulaj Alfred, HTS News Force.
Further afield, authorities in China's Qingdao said on Monday they would test the city's entire population of more than 9 million people for COVID-19 during the next 5 days after new cases appeared, linked to a hospital treating people who had been confirmed with the disease after returning from overseas. Details in this report.
An ambitious task on an epic scale. Health workers in the port city of Qingdao are hoping to tame an outbreak of COVID-19 by testing the entire population of 9 million within just 5 days. Testing centres like this one are open from early morning to late at night across the city, and some areas are locked down. Qingdao is on China's eastern coast, and the beaches are popular with locals and tourists, especially during the autumn festival season. But some experts are questioning the efficiency of the mass testing.
Are you contagious? That is the real question in a contagious disease, in a pandemic. Are you contagious? So what you really want is a test which actually detects you during the period of contagiousness. And whether China's doing that or not, we can't tell. They have a long history of lying. They covered up at the beginning.
On Sunday, a dozen cases of the virus were linked to this chest hospital in Qingdao. Doctors have treated patients confirmed to have contracted COVID-19 after returning from overseas. The hospital is locked down and all staff were immediately tested. It's not the first testing on this scale in China. 700 kilometers north in Beijing, more than 7 million of the capital's 22 million people were mass tested 4 months ago. That followed a resurgence of the virus traced to a wholesale food market supplying most of Beijing's meat and vegetables. And in May, almost all of the 11 million people living in Wuhan were tested within just 10 days. The city where the virus first emerged in December was locked down for 3 months and its health system stretched to the limit. But the Chinese government's aggressive push to trace and suppress the virus seems to have paid off, with daily numbers drastically reduced. Just over 85,000 cases are so far confirmed. It's a week since the Golden Week holiday when millions travelled across the country. Back in Qingdao, results of the testing are trickling in. Authorities will be hoping to stop any spread of the virus quickly. Laura Burden-Manley, Al Jazeera.
Stay with us for a recap of the headlines. Recapping the headlines, Grenada will lose 3 major international flights this month. Over 20 people forced into quarantine as a result of COVID-19 patient, and breaking COVID-19 regulations could cost violators $10,000. In sports, Kolkata Knight Riders issue an official statement regarding spinner Sunil Narayan's action in IPL. And in around the globe, 3 men shot at Leslie Land in St. Lucia. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on our Facebook page at GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's news. Good night.